Hello, sorry for background noise, but I'm watching RSP here. This is basically for Alaya Animal Lover 368. So basically, I'm just going to show you this. I found a really pretty snail shell. And you never find them here. You only find Helix Aspera here. But they're the only snails that you find in my country and stuff. And I found this really pretty shell, and I'm really sad that it was dead. I don't know if you can see it, or you won't be able to, but it is in there. Oh, you might be able to just see the dead. So yeah, it would be so amazing if it was alive, because it's got a so pretty shell. So I'm going to keep that, just in case. And then basically, she tried sending me, you know, the brochure that she made for snails, but it wouldn't let me print, so I kind of had to copy and paste it, loads of the writing. And I did my own front cover and stuff. Just how to care for a land snail, and then I'm sorry that the printing's really bad. I'm gonna go over it in block pen. But there's a snail there, a Helix Aspera, on a sunflower. And then it says, this booklet shows you how to care for your new land snail. And then it says, by Alaya. And then there's tips and tricks, and I'm just gonna read it out to you. And if you would like me to send this to you so I can print it off, I'm more than welcome to. So just PM me your email and I'll send it to you, and then you can print it off. So tips and tricks. If you feed your baby snail orange foods like carrots, it will get an orange tint to its shell. And by the way, I haven't done everything because not everything fit on. And then it says, remember no salt. Give your snail a bath by gently wiping off its shell with a wet cloth and letting it crawl through shallow water. And then a well-cared snail in captivity will probably live for 2 to 4 years, depending on what kind they are. And I've looked up that Helix Aspera actually live up to about 20 years. Don't feed your snail anything treated by pesticide or contaminated by vehicle fumes. Snails absolutely love lettuce. Give them a handful and they will last for about a week. Cheap, easy and delicious snail food. Remember, only spring water or water that has been sitting outside for 24 hours. Simply touching any type of chemical will kill them. And I did a test snail on an old snail and give them tap water to see what would happen, and they actually like it and they drink it. So I just use that. But I do use spring water. But you know, if I run out of spring water, I'll just use quick tap water, but I don't use much. If you have trouble telling your snails apart, you can put a tiny bit of coloured puffy paint on their shells so you know who's who. That's a good one too. Like, I put some, like a little dab of nail varnish on the shells. Don't use sandy soil or clay to fill the habitat. So yeah, normal dirt from the ground is just fine. Also, don't place a habitat in direct sunlight. It may roast snails and dry out the habitat. That don't work for me because the habitat that I have actually kind of encloses all the water and all the everything stays wet and dry. And then it says on the back of the brochure, habitat. Oh, by the way, this is made on Publisher, so you can make your own. Habitat. Your snail's habitat needs to be at least 2 inches high and about 5 inches long. A habitat that size is okay for 1 or 2 adult snails, but then about 10 baby snails, depending on the size of the snails. A really good habitat size is about 1 foot long and about 7 inches high. That size is good for about 7 adult snails and around 15 or 20 baby snails. Any size larger than that is good. Don't keep too many snails in the same habitat. They will feel cramped and not have enough room. Also, make sure the habitat has plenty of logs, bark, leaves, dirt, grass. and other stuff for your snail to hide under. Like I have different kitchen roll tubes that they can go inside and go under, and I put like different bark and soil inside it. They really like that. That's a good idea. You will want to have about 2 inches or more of dirt on the bottom of the habitat. Just use normal dirt dug up from the ground or store-bought dirt, such as coconut fibre. Make sure there are no pesticides or fertilizer in it. Keep the dirt damp. Always make sure the habitat is damp and moist, but not wet. Spray the habitat with water 2 or more times daily. Every 2 weeks, replace the dirt and other things like bark, sticks. Every month, replace the dirt and habitat decorations, and also scrub out the whole habitat, walls, bottom, everything. You may want to clean your habitat more or less once a month. It really depends on how messy your snails are. Like I clean mine out about once every 1 or 2 weeks, because I have quite a lot of snails and they do poo a lot. So yeah. The more you have, the messier it will get. Also, you need to make sure the habitat has a secure lid. Snails can lift things 10 to 50 times their own size, which means if you don't have a tight lid, they may push it up and get out. The best type of lid is the one that screws or snaps on, not one that just lays on top.
Bad news for this family, but hopefully the real owner will turn up.
That was sad. Sorry, let me just tell you about that. They rang up someone to come and collect the cat on RSPCA, and it wasn't their cat. And the little girl was well sad. That's so annoying. Make sure you never leave the lid off the habitat for even a few minutes. Snails are actually surprisingly fast and can crawl away even if you are gone for a short period of time. Another thing is you might also want to consider putting a live plant in your snail's habitat. See, I didn't put it off, there's not enough space. God, there's a lot. Calcium. You should provide your snail with a small source of calcium every few weeks. Something to give your snail calcium are cuttlefish bones, empty snail shells, natural chalk, eggshells, limestone, bone meal, etc. I use Elia's idea by getting milk bones or just plain dog biscuits and getting a little bit and smashing it up with a hammer to make it like all grainy, like kind of sand. Then add a bit of cuttlefish bone. I don't have cuttlefish, so I just added water, and then you add water, and so it's kind of like a lumpy consistency, and your snails will actually really enjoy it, and yeah, it's really good for them. Snails can be fragile. Oh, this is handling. Snails can be fragile, especially small snails. Be careful when you're handling them. Always pick up a snail is to place your finger or a leaf in front of it and let it crawl onto it. You're not supposed to pick it up by its shell, but if you're very gentle, it will okay every now and then. Also, make sure you wash your hands and rinse them very thoroughly. Very tongue twister. Thoroughly. Before handling your snails. It also is a good idea to wet your hands with a little spring water before you handle them, so they don't get dried out. You should only hold them for about 10 minutes or less at a time, so they don't get stressed out. You will notice that your snail will leave a slimy trail on you as it crawls. Don't be alarmed. This mucus slime trail protects them and helps them glide easily along. Always wash your hands before and after handling your snail. And then there's a little picture of a snail there that I've kind of just gone over in black pen so you can see. And then there's a lot of stuff about feeding. I guess you can just, I'm not going to read it. Yeah. And then there's reproduction. No, I won't. No!
We've absolutely no usage limit. We'll never slow you down, even at peak times. And enjoy unlimited
So yeah,
Wi-Fi at thousands of hotspots.
thanks for that, Alaya. I'm going to use this, and this is going to be very useful. And I go to a nature after school club called Nature Club, and I took my snails in and I told a lot of facts about them, and my teacher was very impressed. So yeah, I just love this snail shell. I love that it's all yellow and then it's kind of like darker there, and it's got this really nice brown line. I'm gonna see if I can keep dropping it. I'm gonna see what happens, you know, when I like, try to bring it back alive. Because I think I can do that, you know. So yeah, I'm not going to go on too long. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.